Hello everyone, school is almost out, which means we're almost halfway through the year in 2025, if you can believe it. Our real estate market is actually seeing some changes, which is actually a really good thing. So what's happening is our inventory levels are starting to rise. We brought 17,000 new listings on the market year to date, which is up 16% from last year. So we've brought that much more inventory. And with the total number of sales for so far for the year, there's 12,000 total sales, and that's down almost 8% from last year. So while the numbers are still really healthy and it is still considered a seller's market with 2.2 months of inventory, again, 5 is a balanced market. Certainly still a seller's market, but starting to soften a little bit. We don't see as many multiple offers. There's still certainly some happening with some frenzies, and you're seeing the prices go significantly higher than asking. But that is starting to temper a little bit, and some of the good listings might actually hang around for a week now, where that just wasn't the case in the last 12 months, maybe even longer. So that's actually really good. So if we get into the average sale prices, detached homes, the average sale price is $580,000 now, and that's for Edmonton and surrounding. That is up 1% from last month and up 6.2% from this time last year. The row housing is at $307,000, and that's down 2.7% from last month, but it's a small snapshot, so I wouldn't put too much into that. That's up 4.3% year over year. And then apartment style condos are at an average of $214,000, which is actually down 2.1% from last month, but up 3.4% from this time last year. So I wouldn't read too much into that. The apartment style condos have been just a really good option for first time buyers and even investors, because you can get into it at such a low price point, that those are actually the ones that are selling a lot better than I would say the 450 plus category. And so that is what's keeping the average sale price down. It doesn't necessarily have any effect on the given value of a property. So they're still actually really quite healthy, which is nice. If you compare all of the smaller markets, Beaumont, Fort Saskatchewan, Leduc, Sherwood Park, St. Albert, Spruce Grove, Stony Plain, St. Albert's average sale price is the highest at $622,000, and then that is just under $600 for Sherwood Park. So they're leading the way there in St. Albert, and overall, still a nice, healthy market. I suspect that this trend is going to continue, and if I was going to, use my crystal ball, I would suspect that we may even see inventory levels hovering around that kind of 3.5% and 4%, which again would still be considered a seller's market. But I think it's going to just balance things out, and hopefully again, this is a prediction, but to have a little bit more of a relaxed market for buyers. And that certainly doesn't mean that you got to jump on the good ones, but you might actually have a chance, and hopefully you're not competing with 6 or 7 or 10 other buyers as we have seen. So I will report back next month, and I hope everybody has a great June.